Ready.
Good.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, well, my name is Omar, and I am going against Tim here on Prop 34, which, if we all vote for it, which we should, it will get rid of the death penalty. Instead of putting people to death, you will pretty much die in jail. And not only that, but you won't get parole, obviously. And the prisoner would work his whole life, and all those wages that he will get paid, he won't, but the money that he does receive will go back to the families or the victims, that suffered stuff from this person. And also, California will receive $1 million towards the law, as in get paid more officers, investigators that will get paid more, or get more money towards them so they can have a better way to work these cases, and we will have no more cold cases in the future. Also, and that I got it from ballotpedia.com, which it is like the pamphlet we get every time we have to go vote. So, yeah. And then, and one of the reasons I think we should vote for Prop 34 is because it's a lot of the inmates that get trial for the death penalty. In the past, according to Mary Kay Carey, who is a writer, and she made an article named Cases Against the Death Row. She says that in the past 35 years, at least 135 people have been mistakenly put on death penalty. And most of these times have been because people that have said they witnessed it, or they have mistakenly accused the wrong person, and mainly because of race. Which brings me to the Troy Davis case. Back in 1989, there was a cop killed in Georgia, and he was working at Burger King, and he went out to try and defend a situation that happened eventually when the cop showed up. They still don't know how this cop had got killed. There was no proven no physical evidence, no forensic evidence that it was Troy Davis. But the people that were around assumed it was him. They mistaked him with another person, and up until he died, or when he got put in death penalty, they put him to sleep, I guess. And this was according to the New York Amsterdam News that did a big report on him. Another reason is because California saves money. They said that, or we might think that if we keep a person in jail, we might spend a lot of money. But according to, go back to Mary Kate's article, we spend $63 to $114 million a year just keeping the death penalty going. And I mean, if we put all these people by accident on the death penalty, that's just a waste of money. Why are we doing all this? And according to Ballotpedia, if this proposition goes through, we will lay off a lot of prosecutors and a lot of defense attorneys that we won't need them anymore, because there's no point in the death penalty. And like I said earlier, the inmates, they would work, and all that money would go back to their families, which, it would help them in some way. It won't bring back their family members or anything, but it would help in a way. Which brings me to my next argument that it is not moral to take another person's life. We don't have a say on who gets to live, who gets to die. Like Tim here says that it might bring closure to some families, but not in all cases. Two lefts don't make a right. There's no point. If you go through with this, that might just make you as bad as the person that committed the original crime. According to an article by Robert Baird, a speechwriter, and he made an article on the defense penalty, debating moral issues. And this is where he just starts stating how we don't have that much power to to say who gets to live, who gets to die. Another argument I have is that from an article written by Jeffrey Ross, he's another speechwriter. He wrote an article about prison is like a death sentence already. While they're in jail, they're just pretty much stuck and they have...
All right, thank you.
Just want to say that it's not about money. It's about retribution. And he says that prison is where they can spend the rest of their lives. It's the same thing as death. And I want to say that that's not true. They play sports, they work out, they have education programs in prison, they have nice food, as I pointed out earlier. You know, the guy who shoved glass down the boy's throat, he's now eating ice cream in prison. Do you want that? Do you think that's retribution? Do you think that's justice? I don't think so.
Thanks.
The people that go to jail, they may be eating some of these things, but that does not mean it's quality food. They're getting, I don't know, I haven't been in jail, but I know we've all watched movies. And I know I obviously have family members in jail. And I've heard a lot of bad stories. But there's gangs, violence, all that. You are not safe. Just because you're locked up and you can't commit crimes out of jail, that doesn't mean you're safe in there. You will get stuff shoved down your throat if they find out that you did something to a kid. That's the law of jail. So let's vote for no on death penalty.